Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. Yes, as I told you, you'd get 2 reviews today due to missing the one last week. So, just quickly get into this one. So next up in the 3D Blu-ray reviews is Moana 3D. So as you know, I don't really talk much about the story. Let's just get into the 2D, 3D of this. Now yet again, this is kind of like an opposite version of Little Mermaid. But the color palette and the animation is also opposite to Frozen. It's set in much brighter environments, a lot more vibrant, beautiful colors, much more lovely scenery. The water looks so much more realistic. And the story overall is just a lot more enjoyable. Why? Because Moana is not a princess. She is a chief's daughter, which is a big difference. Because it's not exactly royalty, you know, in a way. It's just, but to them, I guess it kind of is. But I mean, like, she's not an actual princess. She's just next in line to be a chief. And also she's not your typical stick thin Disney princess. She's got a bit of chunk to her, which is great. It's really, really good because it's showing, yet again, the younger audience that you don't have to be your typical skinny model when you get older. You don't have to be your typical beautiful skinny princess. You can be still a beautiful woman with a normal body. You know, anybody, it doesn't matter what size, you can still be a decent person. And you can still be important to a bunch of people. So that's a good message to send. Plus, I really, really love the culture of this movie. The story is fantastic. The characters are all lovable, especially Hey Hey. Hey Hey is hilarious. Even though he doesn't speak, it's just absolutely funny. So 2D wise and Blu-ray wise, you're getting such a very beautifully, visually stunning movie with a lot to offer. 3D, however, now yet again, it's similar to Frozen. It's about 80% depth, 20% pop out. Difference is, this for some reason adds a lot more to the story. Because of the sea, because of the island, and because of everything that happens in this movie, the depth of the 3D, it makes the movie just look so much better than watching it in 2D. Like when she meets the giant crab thing. Or lobster, whatever, no, it was a lobster or a crab, either way. When she meets the giant monster thing under the sea, the depth works brilliantly. Like the depth of the water around and the rocks, and of obviously the monster himself. The fight between the Taka and Moana and Maui, it's very good. Maui's fish hook, whenever that gets used, brilliant. But I will spot out one specific scene where the depth of this 3D becomes 100% beautiful. And that is the scene when, and then again, another very quick spoiler. Yeah, so the scene is when she sees the spirit of her grandmother on the boat. And it's like the last version of How Far I'll Go, and you see also as she's singing the ghosts of her ancestors and their boats and ships sailing on the sea. When you watch that with such great depth that Moana has to offer, it just becomes 100% perfect. So in this aspect, I will give the 2D rating of this a 4.5 stars. But the 3D definitely gets a 5-star. And I also do recommend that, oh, I'm shaking the camera. Moana in 3D is the better way and probably the best way to watch Moana. So, that there is already something to offer. But this is just on a quick side note as well that I'm going to give people now. I know that when it comes to 3D, there are a lot of problems because there's so many different platforms of 3D. You know, there's passive and there's active. There's also TVs and there's projectors. Now, everyone says that projector is the best way to watch a 3D movie, and I agreed. I agreed due to the cinema. I do enjoy watching 3D films at home on the TVs. Problem is, as you guys know, I've been having a lot of issues with 3D on my TVs. I can't really watch it properly. So I found out recently that you can get projector type quality 3D by using a PSVR headset. Now, I have demo tested this theory, and everyone goes like, oh, how would you see a cinema screen type thing on the VR? Honest to God, you can. Basically, it's like this dark room, but you get a huge cinema type screen. And because it covers your eyes, because it coats your eyes, it's like you're genuine at the cinema. You have to like literally like look up or look around at each side. And that you can choose the size of the screen. You can have like an 80-inch screen in front of you, a cinema type screen, or a much bigger screen. But in that case, when you choose the much bigger screen in there, you have to like literally watch like this, which becomes a problem. But it's better than having a projector because it's all in this one device. It's better than having a TV because it's not as small as you would think. It's much bigger. Now, problem is, it does give you cinema type 3D, which is, it's not 100% 1080p, if that makes sense. Because anyone who says that you get 1080p quality on 3D projectors, it's not true. There is still a little bit of D-res on it, but it's not as much as a TV gives you with the tinted glasses. And that's another beautiful thing. Even with 3D projectors, you still have tinted active glasses. With PSVR, there is no tinted glasses. So you are getting 100% color from your movies. There's no darkening to anything you're watching. And I tested this with stuff like Avatar, with the Yu-Gi-Oh movie that I talk about. And I also tried it with my recent 3D purchase, which was Venom 3D. And that, however, they all look absolutely beautiful. So I'm saying that to anyone who owns a PSVR, and you want to try 3D movies out, but you go, oh, well, I don't really have a 3D TV. No, you probably don't. But if you've got a VR and a PlayStation 4, you can watch 3D Blu-rays on your PlayStation 4 with the VR. So, I mean, I haven't exactly tested Moana or Frozen, but I guarantee that if you follow me on Instagram and I can test out all my movies on PSVR, which I'm planning to do, I will put up very clear, not reviews, but opinions on what the 3D looks like. So I'm just saying, for example, whether it's a TV, a projector, PlayStation VR, Moana is definitely a much better purchase for 3D than it is 2D. Now, before I end this video, Alice has, I wouldn't say she started doing her movie channel back up as of yet. But she has done a recent video, and the link to that video will be in the description below. It's nice to have seen her actually do another movie-related video after all this time. Whether or not she will do any more, I can't specifically say because she doesn't tell me anything. She likes to keep everything a secret, so yeah, I guess you'll just see them when they come up. But there was something that she forgot to show in her video that I'm pretty sure she won't do an individual video for. So I thought I'd quickly show it here. I mentioned in, I think it was my recent pickups, that I bought Alice a surprise movie and she had no idea, which is true. She didn't, as I knew, she didn't watch the video, so she had no idea it was turning up. She's been getting a lot back into art again recently, and one of her favourite artists, I think, if not one of probably her favourite artist, is Van Gogh. And basically, she's been watching a lot of YouTube videos and documentaries, and on Netflix she came across a film called Loving Vincent, and yeah, she was talking about how great it was and how interesting it was. And now I watch things on Netflix that either don't exist on Blu-ray or that I haven't seen or I can't afford on Blu-ray as of yet. But if they're reasonable price things, then I'll wait until I can get them on Blu-ray because that's how I prefer to watch it. So yeah, as I said, I ordered a Loving Vincent. This is, I know that everyone does that, oh, what was like the best movie you watched of like 28? Now, it's obviously not a film that came out this year. I mean, this came out in 2017 to 2018. But this is definitely up there with one of my favourite films I've watched this year. Because the art styles they used, the actors they also chose, were all brilliant. And it's not like me to enjoy a movie like this, but I fell in love with it. So that's that. Anyway, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and previous videos, don't forget to strike the like for future videos. New to my channel, only a couple of my videos, click that subscribe button down below. I'd surely appreciate it. Anyway, take care, you wonderful, wonderful people. And I shall see you next time. Bye-bye!